It's Dana Sullivan, the Stanford Chick here. Hopefully, I have fixed my problem. If not, I might give up today. Okay, so if someone could let me know if I am live and if you can hear me. I'm going to type in here just to see. Can anybody hear me? Oh my goodness. Okay. Not one to be defeated by any means. Oh dear. Woo. Technology is absolutely not my friend sometimes, but you know what? We live and learn, and how can I possibly make this good if I don't learn how to fix it, right? So I'm going to wait here for just a minute and hope that someone is going to come back and visit me. I know that there were several of you earlier. I'm so sorry about that. So very sorry. Let me just check to see if I am indeed live. And okay, it looks like I am. Okay. So let's just see if anyone comes in. So I see that there are some folks coming in and watching. So if you could please let me know if you can hear me okay. If there is any sound at all, let me know. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that there is sound. So I see that folks are coming in. Maybe we've got some sound. I hope. Let us hope and pray that we have some sound this time. So as you're coming in, let me know. Dawn says she can hear, but a little static. Okay. All right. So let's see. How bad is it, Dawn? Is it really bad, or is it pretty clear but a little scratchy? What have we got going on there? I can't hear anything, of course, on my end because I have all the sound off so that you don't hear hello, 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 hello. So I do see that there are some other folks in here. So please comment and let me know if you can hear okay. I had some technical difficulties with Restream today. Those of you who have been with me in the last week or two know that this is a brand new streaming service for me. It's brand new programming and everything that I am not at all used to. And last week, everything went off well without any kind of a hitch, but I decided to change up my devices this time, and it caused havoc. So I'm hoping that this time the recording is going well and everyone can hear me okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm hoping to get some thumbs up or some hearts. If you guys can hear me, can y'all give me a thumbs up or something and let me know? There's no sense in me going on if I can't, if you can't hear me. So I hope you can. I have a really cool project idea in mind today, and as is the Think Tank Thursday, I don't have it all pre-designed because you and I interact together, and we create a project together. So I don't have it totally designed, but I have an idea in my head, and it's a card layout that I've done one before. It's not my design. I found it on Facebook or Google or pin, anyway, social media. I found it somewhere online, and honestly, I can't even give credit to the designer because I'm not sure where I found it. But I borrowed the idea and tweaked it and made it my own, and of course have designed the card itself on my own. But tonight we're going to do another one. So we'll do the same fancy fold, but we'll design it together, okay? Sherry says glitchy, but it works well enough. Okay, I'm going to take that as a go. And as much as I hate the idea of the way that it's set up right here, I don't want to see you from the side. I want you to see me from the front. But it's okay. We're not going to complain. At least we are live and you can hear me. So we're going to call that a win. Now, let me see if I take my face screen off, if it takes the sound to. So I'm going out on a limb here and trying again. And if it takes the sound off again, I'll put me back on and hopefully that'll fix it. But let me know. Here we go. All right. Can you still hear me? Give me a thumbs up and let me know, or a heart, and let me know that you can still hear me okay, and we will get to our project, all right? So thank you guys so much for your patience and tolerance in me learning all of this new techie stuff. Once it gets good, once I get proficient at it, it will be so much easier, and I think that we'll all enjoy it better. So thank you guys so much for putting up with me a little bit. Okay, so today, I wanted to create a masculine themed card, and so I want to use the Adventurous Sky bundle and the Designer Series paper that coordinates with it. So I have the Take to the Sky Designer Series paper and the Adventurous Sky bundle, and this is what we're going to use for our project today. Now, this card is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to show you the one that I've made already, and it's not the same products, it's not the same theme, but you're going to love it. Oh, Miss Deborah, I hear you. It's better on the TV than on my phone. Okay, wonderful. Miss Deborah, do you go by Deborah or do you go by Miss Debbie? I'd like to call you whatever you like to go by. I don't mean to give you a nickname that you don't use. Okay, so here is the card that I've made before. So you can see it's got a whole lot of stuff going on here. It's got a really cool mechanism, and it really is just the neatest card. And I really wish that I could remember. I'm going to have to look and see if I can find it because I have no idea what the name of the card is called. I would call it a 3D pop-out card, but you know, I don't know. So anyway, you can see that it looks like the turtle is swimming through the ocean, and you've got all of this cool stuff in the background. So you've got the depth of the card, and it's just super cool. I absolutely love this card design. So we're going to call this a fancy fold. And Dawn says it's a very cool card and she loves the turtle. Yeah, I totally love the turtle. So anyway, we're going to get started using the Adventurous Sky stuff. So the first thing that we need to do, and I'm showing you this so that you have an idea, because now is the time where we get really interactive, and I'm going to be asking you guys a lot of questions. So get your fingers on the keyboard and get ready to answer questions so that we can design this project together, okay? All right. So in the Designer Series paper, the colors are Smoky Slate, Misty Moonlight, Copper Clay, boho blue, mossy meadow, and basic white. Okay, so we have these colors to choose from in all of our things that we need to decide. All right, so bearing that in mind as well, the first thing we need to do is figure out our card base. So that's going to be the background, right? Will be this piece and this piece. Okay, so what color do we want to have for the background? All right, you go by Miss Debbie. That's wonderful. That's what I'll call you then, if that's okay, darling. All right, which color do we want for our card base? What do you think, ladies? Hi, honey. Where are you, my darling? My husband had to stay at work late and he hadn't made it home yet. So he's either still at work or he's at his fire meeting. We shall see. Okay, what color shall we use for the base, friends? Do we want to do mossy meadow, boho blue, copper clay, night of navy, smoky slate, or basic white? I'm not sure if we should do basic white. I'd kind of like to do some color. Oh, you're on your way home. Good, dear. Be careful. I'll see you soon. When he gets home, you'll know because the dogs will bark and go absolutely postal. All right, Miss Sherry says Night of Navy. I think that that is a good call, madam. All right, so I need to get my paper trimmer out, and I'm going to cut a 5.5 inch section off of my card base. And you can see that I've just cut my paper in half. So I've got 5 1/4 here, and then I need to turn it and do 4 1/4 here. Okay, so this is the back of my card, and then I need to do another piece that measures 4 1/2 by 4 1/4. So I've got this 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece, and I'm going to cut this one down to 4 1/2. So as you can see, the base of this card, even though it does look totally unique, it actually is still half a sheet of cardstock, which is pretty cool. Of course, we're adding layers and everything else, so that's going to change things dramatically. All right, now we need the next layer. And I see that Miss Debbie has said boho blue for the background. Now we're going to be doing the layer in front of the Night of Navy. So do we want to do Night of Navy? We already did that. Do we want to do smoky slate, copper clay, boho blue, or mossy meadow? This is going to be the first layer inside our card. Okay. What do you think? I think we could do the boho blue, and that way everybody's getting their colors chosen. Okay, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And so for this one, I need to cut it at, let's see. I need to cut, copper clay or boho blue. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do the boho blue. Copper clay would have been a very, very pretty layered color. And this time we're going to cut things at 4 1/8 inches. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut 4 1/8 of an inch. And then I need one piece at 2 3/8 of an inch. And friends, don't worry about writing these measurements down unless you just absolutely want to, because I will post this on my blog, and I'll put the measurements and everything on there as well. Okay. So don't worry about it unless you just absolutely want to. One of these days I'll get really fancy and I'll put the measurements up on the screen, you know how some of the girls do. But right now I'm doing good just to have the sound and the video going. Okay, so we're not going to press our luck today. All right, so we have our 2 3/8 by 4 1/8 inch here. And then I need 2 pieces at 1 3/8 of an inch. So 1 3/8 there, 1 3/8 inch there. Now that is that panel. And for this one, I need 2 pieces at 2 1/8 of an inch. Now, I am not going to have enough, and I was thinking that I might need to turn it the other direction, but that is okay. We're going to do this, and because we will use more of those later, I'm going to go ahead and do, where is it? I've lost my way. 2 1/8 by 4 1/8. So I'm going to cut my 4 1/8 of an inch again. And then I'll do 2 at 2 1/8. Okay. All right. So there's that. And then we need our DSP. And for this one, let me just grab the DSP paper. Okay. We have options, but I'm not going to give you a ton of options, okay? I'll give you a few. All right. So we have this DSP and this one. And this one. And this one. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, or 4 for the background. And I think that we should do a different pattern for the back panel and a different one for the front panel. Okay, so for the back one, it would get all 3 of these. And then for the front one, it would get those 2. Okay. All right, so we've got 1 and 4. So how about we do 1 for the front, because that's the clouds. And I'm thinking, like how this is with the turtle, we could put the airplane right there. What do you think? So if we put the clouds on the front, then it'll look like the plane is flying through the front. Yeah, I like that. And then what we can do 4 for the background, right? That'd be cool. Okay, so let me set this off to the side here. For the front, we need 2 pieces cut at 2 inch by 4 inch, and I just happen to have a little section here that's already 4 inches. So let me cut 2 pieces at 2 by 4. There we go. That's looking pretty cool. And then for the back, I need a piece at 4 inches here. And let's do this one at one of them at 2 1/4. Okay. There we go. Ooh, girls, look at you go. Okay, and then 1 1/4 each for the side ones. So 1 1/4 here, 1 1/4 here. Okay. Already it looks really good. All right, and then we also need a piece of cardstock that measures 10 inches by 1 1/2 inch, and it gets scored at every 1 1/4 inch this way. I'm going to go ahead and use this white piece because when I made the turtle, I had already done a couple of them together. Hi, Miss Tracy. How are you, darling? I'm so glad that you did. You missed all of the chaos. This is the second time I've been live this evening. The first time did not go well. All right, so this one is scored at 1 1/4 inch across. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the outside panel or the outside section and fold it in. And then I'm going to fold the next one out. And then I'm going to fold the next one in. And this is what creates the mechanism on our card. Okay, there you go. You can see that. All right. Now then, I am going to adhere my layers. And I'm going to score this piece because we need to do that before we forget. So this is the 4 1/2 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score it at 2 1/4. So it'll be 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, do not touch the cutting blade. That would be bad. There we go. Okay, now let us adhere our panels together. That gray would have been a really pretty option too. I didn't give it to you, but it would have been a pretty option. Miss Tracy, I don't know if I actually got it all working or not, but if y'all can hear and see me okay, then we're doing all right. We're not doing great maybe, but we're doing all right. So I'm trying to be fancy, I guess, and this Restream is a streaming service, and it allows me the ability to stream to my Facebook and YouTube at the same time, which is really cool. But yeah, it was a little unnerving for a minute. It kind of gave me a fit. So anyway, I think we got it worked out at least enough that we can listen in and see the video. So that's good. Okay. Now I am burnishing my score line here. This is on the front panel, and I'm going to go ahead and glue down my front panel pieces directly to the card where it folds in. Okay, so we'll do it like this. I don't want to do that yet. I don't want to actually attach that yet. Don't listen to me. My goodness, don't listen to me. But I did want the layers attached. I was right on that, and I knew what I was saying. Just don't attach that piece yet. All right. My goodness. I wish, I don't know if my friend Kathy is on here, but I am feeling very, very discombobulated right now. One of my girls, Kathy, absolutely gets a kick out of that word, discombobulated. But this is certainly one of those times. I hear you, Willow. Do y'all hear my Willow Grace sniffing at the door? Okay, there's that. Now, don't let me forget. I don't want to put those panels down just yet. I've got to do something to the center one first. Right now, I'm just putting the DSP layers onto the cardstock layers, so I'm not attaching them to the base just yet. All right. Now, I'm going to go back to the background one first because we need to do our stuff for the front before I can put the front panels on. You know, whatever. It's okay. It's okay. It's good. You're good. I'm good. We're all good. All right. I'm going to put adhesive on this inside section. Now, yes, there is still another score line here. Really doesn't matter. That scoring at the intervals was just to make sure that the rest of it lined up beautifully, okay? So don't worry about that inside score line that we're going to ignore and pretend like it doesn't exist. All right, so I'll put my adhesive there. And then what I want to do is I want to center this right there, and we'll just check to see. It doesn't have to be exact top to bottom. It really doesn't, because you're not going to see it, but there we go. We're pretty good. Okay, now I looked discombobulated earlier. Yeah, I'm sure I did, Miss Debbie. I was having a time. But that's okay. We got it figured out, I think. At least for tonight we did, and that is all good. All right, now I'm still working with the back panel, and I'm taking the two matching skinny sections, and with each one, I'm going to line it up with the outside edge. So I'm putting an even space on the three sides, just about like so. And then I'll flip it around, and we'll do that again. You know, I was really thinking that I had it all figured out too. I even brought an extra refill for my adhesive runner because it looked like it was going to run out before the night was over. Like, I really thought I had it all worked out. Isn't that just the way it goes sometimes? Life don't always go the way you want it to, but it still keeps going, right? So as long as I'm on this side of the ground, I'm okay. All right, now I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the inside panel, or on the back of the center panel. There we go. Y'all get ready for the noise because their daddy is home. I just heard the truck pull up into the driveway. So hopefully they will not be too loud and obnoxious. Tech definitely keeps us humble, Miss Sherry. Definitely. All right. So here we go. I'm going to put this piece. I'm just holding these down so that they're out of my way, but I've put adhesive all over the back of it, and I'm going to line this up in the middle of those two panels, and I'm centering it right there in that little area, okay? All right. So here we go. Something to that effect. All right. Something to that effect right there. Okay. All right. Now then, this piece is going to go right on top of that. Okay. And what we want to do, and this makes it real easy, we're going to line this up even top to bottom with the back panel. See, there they go. Hold on, I'm going to shut this door. There we go. All right. So I'm going to line this piece up top to bottom here. And I'm going to put some glue on this piece. Now, I choose to use some liquid glue. The way my luck is going today, we shall see if I'm going to use liquid glue or not. All right. Don't you even dare. There we go. Oh, goodness, y'all. Okay. There we go. We're good. We got it. All right. Now, I'm lining my card up with the edge of the side that's not glued, as you can see there, okay? It's right at the edge of it. And then I'm lined up top to bottom, okay? And I'm just gonna bring this over like that. All right. And then I'm going to fold it the other direction, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. And with any luck, this bugger is going to be straight and beautiful and do what we want it to do with any luck. Okay. There we go. I know this maybe seems like a complicated card, but it's not really so bad. It really isn't. Okay, and then just like that, we've got it. Look at that, it popped right up. Did you see that? Well done. At least we got that going for us. Okay, now we're going to just give it a good burnish and make sure that that adhesive's really holding on. And then look at that, bing, bing, bing. That's such a cool thing. I love it. Bing, bing, bing. Okay, anyway. All right, now then, I've got a little piece of window sheet here. And I think I can get away with a 1/2-inch strip. So this is going to be a 6-inch by 1/2-inch strip. It's a little more narrow than the turtle one is, because the turtle, you know, it's really cool. It's okay, but it's a really big piece, and I just don't think it needed that big of a piece. So we shall see. I may eat crow. We'll find out here. But I'm going to try this 1/2-inch deal here. And so what I want to do now, whoo, doggy. Okay, what I want to do is I want to put this on the back side, and it's going to come around. So I am going to score at a 1/2 inch here to make my life easier, okay? Because I can tell you tonight, I can totally use any help, any and all help that I can get. All right, so I'm going to give it a good score. And with window sheet, you really got to put some elbow grease into it. Like even there, I just didn't get it. Okay, really get it in there. If you could see my face, I'm squinting and gritting my teeth. Okay, there we go. Anyway, you don't really have to do all that. I'm being super dramatic. But you do have to give it a little bit of oomph, because window sheet is really thick stuff, especially Stampin' Up's window sheet. Okay. And then I'm going to fold that over and let it crease. Whew, goodness sakes. That was a workout. No, I'm kidding. It really wasn't bad. All right. And then there we go. Just like that. All right. Now then, you have what looks like a drawer pull, right? You see that? Okay. So we are going to put our panels here. I don't think that you've gotten away from coming up with more ideas, because while I'm doing this, you guys can be deciding what color you would like our airplane to be. Okay, thinking of those same cardstock colors, what colors do we want our plane to be? So what color do we want the body, and what color do we want the wings? Okay, so tell me in the comments what color you want the body and what color you want the wings, and we shall see. But while you're talking about that or thinking about it, watch this. All right, so I want to make sure that my clouds are pointed upright. For the love of goodness, they need to be that. And then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive right here on the left-hand side of this one, and it'll be on the right-hand side of this one, okay? And I'm going to tuck that clear window sheet right there. Now, this is where you decide whereabouts you want your plane to fly, okay? Because, you know what, that silicone mat, I keep forgetting I could totally put it face down. All right. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so with my turtle, I wanted him to kind of be floating in the middle of the ocean, right? And so I have my window strip right about midway, just a little south of midway. And I think also for our plane, we kind of want him to be somewhere in here, maybe a little lower actually. So maybe we want to do it just a little bit lower. And that's okay. I can do that because it's window sheet and I have silicone mat. All right, let me add just a little bit more adhesive right here at the bottom. And we'll do this. Okay. We'll do it a little closer to the bottom there. Sherry says mossy meadow and gray for the plane. You know what? I think that is a fabulous color collection. A color set there because it kind of reminds me of the old school bomber planes. And that's a really, really neat color combination they had. So now I want to take this piece and I'm just going to run adhesive all the way up the side there. And there we go. And now then, I'm going to attach my piece here, but I'm not going to attach it too hard over here on the edge so that I can bring this around and tuck it in. All right. There we go. Okay. Somewhere in the vicinity of that. All right. Now I'm going to give it a little press here. There we go. And our card base is ready to go. And you can see it's got that window sheet strip right there. Holy Toledo. Okay, let's get this plane going, shall we? All right, so we're doing Mossy Meadow and Smoky Slate, okay? So let me grab my, you know what, I bet I have a scrap here. I did bring the cardstock packs over so that I could just pull scraps because, yeah, there we go. Is that good? That is almost perfect. Can I make it? Yes, sir. There we go. All right, so there's that one. And then for the wings, let's see if I have a piece. I don't know that one, well, it sure will. Look at that. Things are starting to look up for us. Okay, let me grab the die cut machine here and the plates. How's everybody else doing tonight? Is everybody else doing okay? Give me some happy feedback. What have y'all been doing today? Are you guys looking forward to summertime? Are you not looking forward to summertime? Have you been playing out in the garden? What have y'all been doing? I gotta know. I'm nosy. I want to know what y'all been doing. Okay, let me take that and I'm just going to give it, oh, as soon as I find my snips. There we go. All right. And then that one can go right there. I think it'll be all right. Yeah. Alrighty then. And the top plate. Here we go. Mom's looking forward to September for a beach trip. Oh my. Yeah, a beach trip would be nice. A beach trip would be super nice. Y'all gonna take me with you this time, or are you just gonna run off and leave me again? Looking forward to Sampler on Saturday. Yes, ma'am. Me too, actually. I am really excited about Sampler on Saturday. All right. For those who don't know what we're talking about, I do a 12 by 12 sampler class on the second Saturday of each month, and we do a lot of really cool things. We do a lot of neat layouts and different theme each month, and it's super fun. And usually involves Matthew, Tinker Tom, doing a lot of cutting for us, but sometimes he doesn't have to. He's really good about it, though. He's super nice. Super nice like that. I'm saying that because I think he's probably still watching, or if he's not, he was just a minute ago. But either way, I want everybody to know he's super nice because I want him to keep doing those things. All right. Now then, yeah, that is so cool, Sherry. That was a good call. A very good call. Okay, now then, when you go to put your layers on, one thing that you want to do is just double check that you know exactly where you're going to be gluing, right? You don't want to be gluing the glider part up here because that's hanging off the edge. So we can glue this trim piece here. We can glue around the wheels. We can glue the lower wing and the tail wing, right? So we'll do that. And there we go. Okay, right there. Little dot there. And I believe we've got it. All right, Sherry says, come on, girl. I'm telling you what, I am ready. Miss Tracy, she's done with work for the week and going to go play in her stamp room this weekend. Hey, Miss Tracy, yes, I am going to make a blog post. It actually will be next Wednesday before the post goes live. But maybe it'll be no later than Wednesday. Okay, no later than Wednesday. Posted to the stampinchick.com, the stampinchic.com. Okay. All right. Now, what I would really like to do, I've got the propellers here, and I have somewhere in my pile of insanity just now, there it is. I have a scrap of silver foil, and I think that would be a good set of propellers, don't you? Okay. So I'm going to trade out my top plate because I use and abuse my plates a lot. As you can see, this one is all kinds of muddled up. And the one I've been using for a top plate is getting its bend on. So I can't use that for my foil pieces because the foil pieces will take on all of these little nicks and marks and creases. And if I want to be able to keep using some of this paper, then I really need to have a clean plate. And actually, I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off so that way I don't have to worry about it anyway. But there we go. So what did I do with my machine? It's not going to cut on its own. All right. There we go. That's better. Okie dokie. Miss Tracy, do you have any particular projects in mind for this weekend? When is Father's Day? Is next weekend, isn't it? Yeah. This month is kind of crazy. My nephew's birthday is in 3 days. My birthday is the 12th. Our oldest girl's birthday is the 15th. My cousin's anniversary is also the 15th. And then his birthday is the 27th? The 27th, I think. It's the 27th or the 28th of June. It's one of those 2 days, I'm certain. I do have it wrote down, though, so that I always remember. But I do remember that it's the end of the month. I remember that. All right, let me get this out of the way. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a tiny little dot of liquid glue right there in the middle. And I'm going to put one of my little propellers this way. And I'm going to give him a second because I'm trying not to smear the glue, because the only thing worse than cutting silver foil with crummy plates is putting liquid glue on the front of silver foil. And it makes an awful mess and it doesn't come clean very well. All right, now I'm going to put a little tiny touch of it on there and just slightly. That's so cool. Like he's got a little mustache. All right. Tracy says that she received her latest order from Stampin' Up, so she got new stuff to play with. Oh, hot dog. That's exciting. I gotta know what kind of stuff you got to play with, Miss Tracy. Oh, Debbie's birthday is the 13th. That's wonderful. Happy birthday, darling. That is so exciting. Okay, now I have already taken some liberties here with our card itself, because I was playing around and I went ahead and stamped. Basically, I was trying to figure out, and I'm so glad that you guys chose to use this paper, because I was trying to figure out, it looked like that was boho blue that the clouds were stamped in, and I wanted to stamp the clouds, you see, with the stamp, and the dies. I wanted to do it and see if boho blue was indeed the color, and it is. So I have some bits and bobbles, and we get to figure out how we're going to assemble everything and what exactly we're going to do here. So one thing, of course, is that we know the plane is going to go on the clear strip. Okay, now I can attach it with dimensionals. So I'll grab my dimensional sheet here. All right, I can attach it with dimensionals, and I think, of course, we'd want it to kind of float upright. You know, we don't want it to be, I mean, we definitely don't want it to crash. And going even keel is kind of boring, so maybe we want it to reach for the sky just a little bit. So maybe something to that effect. And then we can put clouds. Let's see, if we do this one, we'd have to, we could put dimensionals there and make it kind of hover, and then little ones here and there. That would be kind of cool. Tracy got her Mediterranean blooms and Moody Magnolia. Ooh, and a few other things. Oh, wonderful. That Mediterranean blooms is absolutely gorgeous. Sherry, you got an order today too? Oh, I'm so jealous. You guys all have new stuff. What did you get? We just had a pre-order start for demonstrators. We're able to pre-order some new up-and-coming online exclusive items, and they had a few Christmas and Halloween things. And if you guys have been following me for any length of time, you know that I am absolutely all about Halloween. So, of course, I bought that bundle, but it didn't have any paper with it. So, no paper, no embellishments, just the bundle. I know that there are going to be some things later, you know, in the holiday catalog, but I couldn't wait to play with the bundle. So I did order the bundle. And then there's another one. There's another bundle that I ordered. I think it's the one, it has a variety of different tags with it. Different tag dies, and they seem to be really nice size. So that is exciting, because you guys know the TaylorMade tags have retired, and we had a couple of other different shapes dies that have retired in recent times, and always makes me super sad when stuff like that goes away, especially when it's something I use all the time. But Stampin' Up! Never fails to bring out some additional new things. So we try to trust their process and know that they are keeping an eye out for us. Oh, the penciled pear. Yes, yes, yes. I'm excited about that one. Miss Debbie says she ordered both of the Christmas sweets. Perfect. That is awesome. All right, ladies, let me see here. I need to take a drink because otherwise I'm going to cough and hack. I'm so sorry. Sherry, you got the Lily Pond and the Friendly Fins. Did you get the bundle of the Friendly Fins? My goodness, that's a tongue twister. I thought about that one. I really like that. I may have to beg and plead and ask if I can borrow it sometime. Super cute. While we're discussing that, and I'm thinking about this, and I need y'all's help with this layout here. But Sherry mentioned the Friendly Fins, and we actually have, for the month of June, a Stamp and Die bundle sale going on. And you get an additional 10% off of the bundle price. So it's like getting 20% off of a bundle, which is super cool. And if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, then you get an additional 20 to 25% off of that. So you end up getting 40 to 45% off of these beautiful bundles. And there's a whole bunch of them. So you can scan that QR code, and it will take you right to the sale page, which is pretty cool. I'm impressed with the fact that I could figure that out. And and yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. So it's a great deal, and super, super cool. I love it. All right, I'm putting dimensionals on the clear piece because I don't want the dimensionals to be on the plane, and then for me to put them offset of the clear thing. So if I put it on the clear thing first, then I can maneuver my plane. Hold on. There we go. Not that much. I don't think we wanted that much. There we go. That's beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Okay, that's super cool. All right, now then, time to get to the brass tacks here, right? Let's see. We need to figure out how we want to embellish this thing. And, I was just thinking, I've got some of the adhesive back swirl dots. Let's see what else we've got here. Lots of really cool stuff that actually could be kind of, let's see, iridescent foil gems. We've got the adhesive back sparkles. Let's see, maybe the neutral sequins. Those might be good, actually. Do I have any of the trinkets that came with this suite? That is a good question. I do indeed. The only thing is, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. The only thing is, these things are kind of heavy, actually. They're really, really nice. But the profile is a little bit bigger, and you can see. There we go. You can kind of see there. Yeah, there it goes. It's a little bit of a higher profile, and they're kind of heavyweight. So I'm thinking that maybe we shouldn't do these, just because the card is so bulky already. Miss Debbie got the Ducks and the Birdhouse bundles from Free Shipping Day. That is wonderful. So maybe we should do either the adhesive bag sparkle gems, maybe the copper colored ones there, or one of the neutrals. So you guys be thinking about that and tell me, sparkles or sequins. And while we're figuring that out, and notice I'm trying to keep our options relatively minimal. What if we were to do something like this? And I'd really like to put a sentiment on this cloud. I'd really like to do that. So let's see here. We've got you always lift me up to my friend. Happy Father's Day. You're the best, plain and simple. Flying by to say hi, and happy birthday. Both of them are really cool. So, okay, it looks like we've got a vote for each of the different embellishments. So, Miss Debbie, Miss Sherry, anybody else? I need a tiebreaker. I need tiebreakers, please. I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamps here while you're doing that. And, all right. Sparkles and the flying by to say hi. Yep, okay. All right, so we will do, Miss Tracy, you can't vote twice, cheater. All right, so we are going to do the sparkles then, and the flying by to say hi. Let's see how big is that stamp. It's kind of small, so maybe we want to do you're the best, plain and simple. Maybe we should do that one because that is a pretty small. Let me double check here. Yeah, that one's going to fill up the image a little bit better. What do we think about that one, y'all? We can do flying by to say hi on the back side. You could put a 4 1/4 by 5 or 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of basic white cardstock here for your handwritten note, and you could put flying by to say hi there. That would be cool. All right, let's do that. Let me grab a block. Okay, but the question now is what color what color do we stamp this in? What color do we stamp this sentiment in? Do we stamp it in Night of Navy, Mossy Meadow, Copper Clay, Smoky Slate, or Boho Blue? What do you think, guys? What color should we stamp our sentiment in? Dawn says Night of Navy. All right. Night of Navy. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Let me get that out of the way. Okay. Now listen, you girls are all voting for something different. Okay, there we go. We got a Night of Navy for a second vote. Very good. Thank you. I thought, okay, well, we've got a Night of Navy and then a Smoky Slate and Copper Clay. Yes, but we have a Night of Navy again. Okay, very good. So we will go ahead and do the Night of Navy. And you're the best, plain and simple. Let me bring this a little bit closer here. Tap, 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 not smush, smush, smush. Okay, and then let me see if I can stamp it on there. Well done. cloud's a little bit of a, I don't know. And I don't know if I like that. Hold on. Let me redo it. I've got another one here. I have another one for just such an occasion. Okay, it looks like when you go to stamp this, you are going to have to line up the plain and simple down near the bottom, almost right on the bottom. There we go, in order to have enough space. Because with this one, you can see, I mean, it would still be fine, but I kind of put it right at the edge. But if you line up the plain and simple down almost totally at the bottom, then it lines up good. Okay. Now then, what do we want to do here? I think perhaps like this would be a good idea. So if we add just a little bit of curve here, I think, then the cloud can be popped up on dimensionals and still give that dimension to the card right here, right? Because if we do it flat, then it's going to keep the card flat, and we don't want that. Okay, so let's go ahead and give it just a little curve. Now, I am absolutely not putting a crease in this. I'm just giving it a curve. Okay, so let me put one here and one here. And we actually want to leave the center kind of floppy. So we're not going to worry about it creasing, sinking in or anything like that. And then let's see here. So if I put that one this way and this one this way. Okay. Now I still have to let it lay flat when I put it on though, because otherwise it won't lay flat in the envelope. So we do have to be careful about that, but there we go. Okay, and then for this piece, how do we feel about maybe putting that one back there, or we could put it, yeah, I kind of like it back there. Or it could even go right here. That would be nice. What do you guys think? Tell me where to put our clouds. Do we want this to overlap like that? Which I kind of like. Oh, you can't see it very well, can you? Kind of like this. Okay. Or do we want it down here? Do we want it higher up here? Or do we want it lower down here? Higher or lower, people? Higher or lower? And while you're thinking about it, I'm going to put a slight overlap. Yep, okay. You guys got it. Higher. Okay, very good. All right. And then we'll put this little guy on a dimensional 2. And we'll put this little guy directly behind somewhere. Okay, so how do we feel? I guess we could do it like that. That's pretty neat. But then he needs a dimensional back here too. Yes, I realize I am talking to myself, but you girls just let me know yes or no, or don't say maybe. I don't give the yes, no, or maybe options because maybe is always the choice chosen and it's crazy. All right, here we go. So something like that. I could bring it out a little bit farther even. Come here. Except that I like where that's. Let's see here. Bring you in a little bit more this way. And bring you a little bit more this way. How about that? And then put this little guy somewhere else. Right there. How's that? Ooh, or like that. That's actually pretty good. What do you think? Yeah? Okay. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Alright, so there we go for the card. Now, let's put our sparkles on. Okay. Do we want the silver, the black, or the copper sparkles? I know we discussed the copper sparkles, and I think those would probably stand out the best. Thank you so much, Miss Tracy. It looks so cool in person with the plane flying over the front of it. I don't think that it actually picks up in the phone very well or in the camera very well, but it is so neat. All right, copper it is. Kind of want to stick with little ones, I think. Now's when we get to shift around 100,000 times because we can't decide where we want anything to go. Do you guys do that when it comes to putting those little bling on? Do you just go all over back and forth? Where does it go? Where does it go? I hate that part. It's the worst part. They're beautiful and I love them, but I can never figure out where I want them to go. How's that? What do you think, everybody? Did we do all right? I think it's pretty cool. I think it is indeed a pretty cool card. All right. Now, that being said, how do you send this bugger in the mail? Indeed, you can flatten it down, and you're just kind of bringing your little clear envelope or your clear window sheet piece to the outside a bit, okay? So the card will actually lay down pretty flat. Let me grab an envelope, and I'll grab a card front layer as well, because no naked insides and no naked envelopes, right? So let me see here. Do I have... Oh, hold on, I need to grab one. All right. Here's our back piece. We would stamp and put this on, and then you could write whatever your little sentiment there. So in this case, we can put, let's put one of these little planes. Okay, maybe this guy. And we'll do him in smoky slate. I'm going to keep this pretty neutral because I might come in and do a little bit of coloring with the Stampin' Plans, right? So let's just put right there. And then I'm going to do a little cheating, y'all. Okay. Let me pull that off there. And grab the Knight of Navy, since that's the color we used for the other sentiment. We'll do that one as well. And okay, there we go. And then let me grab that little tiny cloud. Oh, I'm not going to do that, because if I do, then I'll feel like I ruined it. So I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to do that. What I may do is stamp this image on masking paper and fussy cut it out, and then overlap it so that I can put a little cloud in the background, because that would be really cool, right? Okay, now I will, I'm not going to attach that yet, because I do think that I'm going to do that, and I don't want you guys to have to hang out with me if you don't want to. But let me go ahead and do the envelope right quick so that you can see what I might do for the envelope. And again, with it, very much the same that I would for the inside of the card. And with this one, I'm actually going to put the Happy Father's Day right here. There we go. All right. There you have it, my friends. Let me put this guy right here in the middle. There we go. Okay. There you have it, friends. I don't even recall now what I said I would call this card. A 3D pop-up card, I think. Anyway, I don't know what the name of it actually is, and if I happen across the original card, I will share it with you guys. You will be able to find the measurements, and I'm going to do a cleaned up video tutorial that I will post in my blog post as well next Wednesday. I'm sure that it'll be on Wednesday. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this evening. I've really enjoyed it. And if you like the project, give it a thumbs up. And I'd love for you to share when I go live, because we can hang out and have a good time together with our friends too. And yeah, so anyway, thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, my friends, have a wonderful day. Bye for now.